Hey everyone, Morgan here. So, a big question that I'm sure is on everyone's mind, and something that I've actually been asked several times now, is what do we do with all our preps? Because obviously, now that we are full-time RVing and being preppers, we went from, a 4-bedroom house, it was what, 2,100 square feet or something with lots of room and such, to what is this, 300 square feet? To an RV, okay? Somewhere that has minimal storage, and not only that, has a weight limit on it. So we just can't carry a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of other stuff that we need outside of our preps. But of course, preps are still important. I just can't stockpile a lot of what I could before in the house, in the RV. So I'm going to try to explain some of the stuff that we took, that I decided to take, and then what I did with everything else. We kept our bikes, and I do plan to kind of pimp out my bike to be a little more kind of bug out. And we also have the little trailer that the kids can go in, or at least one kid now, and then when the other one gets older, she can go in. But plus, Kid Rogue has her own bike now. So we are using our Jeep as kind of an extra storage. So like, we still have our camping bins up, they're down right now, but we have the camping bins up top that have like our camping stuff like that. And then I have a couple bins here, plus our regular first aid kit. Like, we're using the Jeep as sort of an extension of some of our preps. So I had this, some full with camping stuff, some full with prep stuff. And then this blue bin is filled with all Mountain House. I decided to stick with the Mountain House meals because they're freeze-dried, they're lightweight, I can pack a lot in. We have a ton of Mountain House in here. Plus we have Mountain House just kind of general and backpacks and things. So Mountain House, the freeze-dried meals and stuff is really what I wanted. It kills me to not have like the number 10 cans and stuff like that, but I can maybe have a couple number 10 cans, but I can't have as many as I did before, and it kills me. And but we stored a lot of that stuff. I'm not giving away like a lot of the freeze-dried stuff, and so we're still we still have a lot of that food. It's just stored with a relative. So if at any time we're like, I really want that, we can kind of grab it, stuff like that. And we still have it, so it's nice. Okay, so this is the main kind of prepper survival bin sort of thing. I went through all of my gear, and I had to really look at it and say, what is it going to be most vital to us in this situation? So we chose a lot of first aid stuff, we chose paracord, we chose a lot of like survival stuff, fire making stuff, and then outside of this we do have some bins inside that have some prepping and survival stuff as well. So let's take a look at that. We have these storage bins of some survival gear in here. So I really had to go through like all my survival gear, and I picked and choose, and I was like, I don't know. But a lot of what I thought was a lot of making stuff. So like, I kept a lot of stuff that I could make stuff with. So instead of storing like a bunch of candles, I have beeswax, and I'll be able to make my own soap and all this other stuff, and make my own stuff instead of storing a bunch of this stuff. So I have the resources and stuff to actually make a lot of stuff. And then we do have a lot of empty bins over here that I can fill with more survival stuff or just to fill with whatever. But I really narrowed down exactly what I wanted in my survival stuff, and it was hard. It took me a long time. And then we have a Berkey, and this is perfect for the RV here, and we could just put whatever water. Oh, we have that little kettle, that little collapsible kettle, love it. But yeah, the Berkey's going to be really great for the RV. I do kind of wish I had the little bit larger one, but this one's going to be good for us and our needs, and it fits perfectly right there. And we could just use this whenever, wherever. And then we have rechargeable batteries. Like, instead of storing a bunch of batteries, now we focus more on rechargeable batteries. We're going to be outfitting the RV with solar. Oh, and we have our ham radios, of course. We have our mobile and we have our stationary ham sets. But, you know, we have our solar setup, so we'll be able to charge the radios and rechargeable batteries. And, you know, so the rechargeable stuff is really kind of what we're focusing more on, and making our own stuff is generally what we're focusing more on. We also still have our bows and select firearms with ammunition. Okay, so we do still have our bags. You know, these are the dog bags. Kid Rogue has her bag, and you know, we each, I have the baby, you know, bug out bag. We have all this stuff still. I did have to make the hard decision to switch to a different bag because I wanted a more, I just wanted something a little different. This is lighter weight than the other bag that I had. The tactical bag was really heavy, and again, it pretty much all comes down to weight, and we just have to be really conscious of that with the RV. So, but we still have that for camping, bug out, whatever. Whew. I tell you what, condensing from all the stocks and you know, stockpile that we had of a lot of stuff, it was really, really hard, and as a prepper, it really killed me because you know, now we're definitely with a lot less supplies, but now we have different supplies that we have, you know, and now we have different needs, and now we have, you know, other things that we could, you know, possibly prep in place. Like I was saying with the mountain house earlier, you know, that is something that we have to do because it's lightweight and compact, stuff like that. And so what I did with a lot of the majority of our prepping stuff is we gave it away. I recently did a giveaway, and I gave away some stuff there. We had a friend who was just getting into prepping, and I just piled bins for him. A lot of food went to him, a lot of gear went to him, so we gave it away. And in general, you know, whatever stuff I didn't want to give away to a friend, I just gave away to Goodwill, and whatever else, it kind of just depended on what it was. But so because, you know, we live in Texas, it's really, I've always had a very drought mindset. And what I mean by that is I was very heavy with water. I mean, we had months of water supply, you know, rain barrel collection system, you know, the whole nine, everything. Well, with an RV, water is very heavy, and I can't have that system anymore. But something we have to keep in mind is we do have, you know, a kind of mobile device here. You know, we can kind of go somewhere where there is water if we need to, you know. And also, in saying that, we have a Berkey system, and we do have an 80-gallon onboard water tank, so that is something. And you know, but water is heavy, so like I can't store, you know, bottles of water. You know, we do have some bottles, and we have like a gallon of water that we just kind of refill and stuff like that. So you know, but we're not so water heavy. Plus, we're not going to be in a drought situation our entire lives. You know, we are traveling, we're going to be going north, you know, places where there's going to be a lot more water, stuff like that. So you know, it's a whole different mindset. Lastly, with this life, we have to boil some stuff down to skills. We have to learn a lot more skills, a lot more survival and bushcraft skills, instead of just preparedness skills, you know, preparing with, you know, a ton of food and a ton of water. It's procuring that food now, it's procuring that water, and it's, you know, knowing how to live the survival and bushcraft life, in addition, you know, to having some of the preps that we have. So, you know, I can have a lot more survival stuff, bushcraft stuff, primitive survival stuff, instead of, you know, more geared towards stationary preparedness, if that makes sense. The RV prepping life is so different, and while it killed me to get rid of a lot of the prepping stuff, it's just a lot different, and we just have to completely change our mindset and the way that we prep and the way that we you know, survive and the way that we are doing things. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So let me know if you have any other questions. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to y'all later. Bye.